could slowly lose myself and pull me under and smile just for me to see that what you given me I could never leave behind if this was the last time. And I'll wait never to be lost again, and in time everything will fall together. So I'll hold these things in my hands to find that underneath the strange sky tonight there's something there that makes me feel alright.
Hi, welcome to His and Hers video podcast. My name's Melissa, also known as Meliabella,
And I'm Sean, also known as Viper989.
and we are back after a 1 year, 2 week, 4-day hiatus. So what's been going on, honey?
Where do I start?
We apologize for not being able to record, but family came first for the last year, so.
Yeah, there was a lot going on.
Yep.
So,
My grandfather died. Matthew, our son, had a lot of educational stuff going on. And we had 2 Rhinebecks in there
2 travel seasons.
for me for work. Yep. It's been
So we just finished
crazy.
2nd travel season.
My 6th travel season.
Second one since we've not really recorded.
Right.
And rental car goes back tomorrow.
It does. I should probably clean it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So we've played a lot of video games and we've finished a lot of projects, but essentially we're not going to show you everything we've done in the last
No.
year. That's just not feasible. So this is a video podcast about knitting and video games, and we've been recording not regularly for the
We're
last
trying to get back to it.
3 years.
Hopefully once a week.
We'll see what happens.
Sunday nights might be. I'm supposed to be practicing with my clan in 7 minutes.
Right. So what we're going to try to do is just record when we can. You'll be able to find us definitely on YouTube, and we hope to get back on iTunes.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens there because Blip no longer exists for video podcasts, so we've been using just YouTube. So that's where you can catch us for now. So why don't we start off with what you're currently enjoying?
Currently enjoying?
Yeah. Or should I say currently obsessing about?
So, Destiny came out in September, early September. The worst time for a game to come out for me because that's when I go, start to visit schools more, and we go and do our rental meetings for school programs, and I didn't get to play much at all, but I still found time to play. So, if anyone isn't familiar with what Destiny is, Bungie is a company that for 10 plus years was building games for Xbox, pretty much exclusively, and nobody on a PlayStation ever got to play a Bungie game. And they parted with Xbox, I believe it was 2 or 3 years ago, possibly more, and this has been in the works for a while, obviously. And they put the game out in September.
Of this year.
So this is very, very recent.
Not just for PS4.
Not just for PS4, it's out for all the systems. And it is a open world, I guess, RPG first-person shooter, kind of all wrapped into one. So if you like Call of Duty type games, if you like old school Doom, first-person shooter games, and you play World of Warcraft or something like that, it's kind of a combination of all of them. And
But you can't play with people on different systems, so you can't
it
play
is
with
not,
Eric.
It is currently right. It's currently not cross-platform compatible, so you can't play multiple platforms.
Makes me sad because it'd be fun for you and Eric to play.
Yeah, and then, they tried to make some in the previous iteration of Call of Duty, which was Ghosts. You could actually, and you can in the new one too, that I'll talk about in a second. You actually can be part of a clan across all the platforms, contributing to that clan. So if you are an Xbox One player and you're a PS4 user, you can both play and fight clan battles with your own squads that actually contribute to one clan
Right.
cross-platform, which is cool. So let me open up this awesome box because, look, I waited for this and it's pretty freaking cool. So the box itself that the game comes in is actually metal, which is really sweet. There's been a lot of controversy about the game, and I will tell you that I've been reading a whole bunch about it, and I buy into some of it and then not some of it. The funny part is Bungie partnered with Activision to put this game out, and if anyone knows Call of Duty, Activision also does Call of Duty. So Activision kind of took ownership over a lot of this stuff, and a lot of people believe that the game was released a little bit before it should have been, that it wasn't really complete. There's already 2 downloadable contents coming, DLCs. One comes in December and the other comes in the spring.
Do you have to pay extra?
It came with this. So this was $90, and this came with the $60 game plus the expansions are $20 each, so I basically saved $10 and got both expansions. So that kind of works okay. A lot of people think that the expansion should have been included in the game, and there's a lot of holes in the game with the story not really explaining everything, but with the amount of people...
In single player or multiplayer?
In the single player. The multiplayer aspect of it is pretty similar to Call of Duty. There are different objectives, and there are different game types. You go and you play with a group of 6 other, 5 other people, so it's squads of 6. But with the storyline itself, which is kind of the draw to this, it was supposed to be a huge open world, huge story, cinematic storytelling, unparalleled, and there's a lot of question marks. And I think I don't have an issue with it because I believe that they planned for this game to be 10 years. And with the amount of time people play these games, you can burn through the stories in 3 days and be done with it.
Right.
And
some of your friends.
I don't think that's how they created the game. They created the game to be played for a long time. And they don't, they wanted to make it so that the story isn't going to give you all the answers because they want a timed release almost. They want you to figure out the story as the game is released, and it's nowhere near done. But it's awesomely fun, and I play it with a couple of our watchers. I play it with.
Mm-hmm. Ponky
has played with me a couple times, and it's
who's another
fun.
crafty girl.
Yep. So that's Destiny in a nutshell, and it's awesome. So
cool.
If you haven't gotten a chance to play it yet, or were reserved about getting it, the downloadable content of the first chapter, I think it's The Darkness Below, comes out in December, so you have plenty of time to pick it up and give it a try.
And because you don't know, because it happened last year at Christmas, Sean now has headphones with a built-in microphone, which is the best gift I have ever.
Because you couldn't stand pew 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 pew.
It was driving me crazy.
It was driving you slowly insane.
Yeah. So
the only problem is, another new thing in my life is that I'm on the call force for the Greenfield Fire Department. And I have a pager, which might go off while we're sitting here.
I hope not.
And it's a little tough with the headphones on to, I gotta have it like right here so that if it actually goes off.
That's what I'm for.
Yeah, I get whacked. And, hey, it only took 7 minutes and she's hit me already.
Almost 8.
So, yeah, the headphones are great. And call force for Greenfield, every 2 weeks I go and I do training. I'm getting a little bit better about lasting longer on my oxygen, which is nice, and I can put my clothes on pretty fast. I'm supposed to be able to put it all on in a minute.
I feel like that was too much information.
Bunker gear, sorry, not my regular clothes. I wear that, and then I go and get my bunker gear when I get there. So.
Cool. My turn?
Well, I have more.
Well, yeah, but let's go back and forth so that you don't put the knitters to sleep and so that I don't put the gamers to sleep.
Okay.
Sound good?
Fair enough.
Okay, good. Should I do something I finished or something I'm working on?
Well, that was something I'm currently enjoying. So,
okay.
You want to hit currently enjoying?
Sure. So, we went to Rhinebeck this year. We go to Rhinebeck every year, but I knit one of my Rhinebeck sweaters in 10 days. And you can see it in the photos or in my projects on Ravelry, because I'm not going to show it. But I thought, okay, well, I knit my sweater in 10 days. I should be able to knit Shauna's sweater in 15 days. Well, I pulled the sweater out twice because I can't read. So I eventually just gave up and worked on other things. So I'm back to working on it. And this is the Rye sweater by Tin Can Knits. And I'm knitting it out of Madeline Tosh Aran Heritage, which was kind of a temporary release yarn. It is yarn from sheep from the US, shorn here, cleaned here, spun here, dyed here, and this was the green bottle colorway. and you'll see that it's pulling weird on the camera, but it doesn't look like that in real life.
Natural light.
But it's a really pretty grayish green. And you'll notice that I have some design features because I can't read, and I wasn't going to rip it out again, but this garter stitch should just be one thin line down the arm, and instead we've got like a baseball tee motif going on. The entire arm is going to be garter stitch. You like that, don't you? I think it'll look nice. No? Too bad. You're going to wear it anyway. So I bought 9 skeins of this 2 or 3 years ago, and I knit my sweater's worth into a Ho Aloha, and then this is your sweater's worth, so
I'm excited.
working on that. Yeah, it's a really easy pattern if you can read.
No comment.
So I actually keep this in my Tangerine Designs sweater bag, which Sean scored for me when I was traveling in Pennsylvania 2 springs ago.
Yes.
It's huge, and it has polka dots inside. I don't know that I have, this is what the cake looks like. This is a full cake. They're huge. And it's an Aran weight. And I think I'm using, yep, I'm using Chowgu needles, which I love. So yeah, you might get this, you know, before you turn 40.
Maybe for this year's Rhinebeck.
Maybe.
2015.
If you're lucky. So yeah, that's one of the things I'm working on.
One.
What else are you doing? You see how swift I was in my explanation of what I'm working on?
Did I take too long with Destiny?
I'm just saying.
Call of Duty Advanced Warfare came out last week, 2 weeks ago. I didn't even bother picking it up because we were really busy when it first came out. I waited until last week. And so I only played it maybe 5 total hours of playing time. It's not a lot. Most people that I play with have already prestiged once, which means gotten to level 60 and then give it all up to start over back again. They get a cool emblem, and so
Yeah, but these people are college students. And
some of them, yeah,
have no children.
don't really have a life other than gaming. So, but it is, I was spoiled by Destiny. I think I'm expecting a lot more out of video games now, and even though there's a lot of controversy and a lot of things about Destiny, this is.
I've never heard you talk at all about controversy. All I hear you talk about is how much you love it.
The controversy is just about the story.
Oh, okay.
And about they didn't give us enough, and I just don't buy into it. I think there's plenty.
That's good.
Yeah.
Buying into the drama is annoying. So just.
I mean, you have the ability to have 3 characters.
Right.
People have done all they can do on all 3 characters already, and they're just playing the same stuff over and over again on 3 characters, and they're looking for more. It's like maybe you're playing too much video games. So Call of Duty. If you've played Call of Duty before, you know what it is, and it hasn't really changed much. They added a boost feature to your jump, kind of like Destiny. They did a lot of things kind of like Destiny, but you have to realize that Activision is kind of involved in both of them. So they didn't, which is another part of the controversy. A lot of people think that Activision didn't want too many people to enjoy Destiny and had not much of a problem with a lot of people leaving it, so that they'd all buy this too, which I did because I'm a...
You almost didn't, and
I didn't.
don't
I know.
swear.
I didn't. Did I swear? This is a family show.
I don't know that I'd go that far, but I don't want us to become, like, explicit.
So Advanced Warfare, 50 years, it takes place 50 years in the future. Kevin Spacey's in it. He does some of the voice acting.
That is pretty cool.
It is really awesome. He's, you start off in the United States military and you go into a private military corporation. That's as far as I got in the story. I've really only done the 2 chapters. But the story in this one seems to be really good. The last couple I haven't been impressed with. The story in this one seems really cool.
Cool.
So, for stuff I'm playing right now, that's really it. I haven't played Assassin's Creed's coming up. Shadow of Mordor, which is kind of an Assassin's Creed take on Tolkien's universe, is already out, but I haven't really got into that one yet either. I'm probably going to ask for that for my birthday. So
Cool. Which is coming out in a couple weeks.
So
Nice.
that's really all I'm doing right now.
Cool. Okay, my turn. So I have a half-finished object. This is, I've been doing a little bit of designing. I traveled to New York City for work in July, usually around the same time as all of my friends are at a knitting retreat in Tennessee. I'm in New York City traveling for work. So if she's not there teaching, Kirsten Kapoor and I usually try to meet up and have breakfast or lunch or coffee or something and this year we knit together in Bryant Park, which is not super close to her new place, but I think she just likes to go there. So she came up to my neck of the woods and she gave me a lot of advice because I've been kind of quietly working on some things, and Sean's told me to just do it, and my mom's told me to just do it, my friends told me just to do it, but I get anxious. So Kirsten told me to just shut up and do it. So I've been working on some designing, and this is mitts that I just finished. Well, I just bound off of right now, like right before we start recording. So much there's still, I haven't sewn that up. There's ends that haven't been woven, and I just finished this. Not finished, bound off. So this is a, oh, the lighting's, it's not a peep show. The lighting's pretty good right there. So this is a fingerless knit, and
we'll scramble that part.
It's knit out of Dream in Color Classy with cashmere in the dark currant colorway, and this is a yarn that they sent me last November to design for them, and I got all nervous about doing it, so I just kind of put it off. But it's this really beautiful blue color. I hope our lighting gets it. There
it is, yeah.
It's so pretty. And the Classy with cashmere, oh, shut up. It's so nice. Shut up. Isn't it so nice?
Mm-hmm.
I need a sweater's worth. So that's one mitt, and so I'm going to do its mirror image, and my friends are going to test knit it because they're awesome. Minerva Turkey and Biscuit Girl have said that they'll, oh hi Helen, have said that they'll be our test knitters for this, so I'm so excited. And then just because it's kind of along the same vein, my test knitters, Zephead, Casey, Floater Buys, Lori, You Don't Call Me Les, Leslie, and Amy and Darren from the Knitting in Circles podcast are all test knitting my new sock design. Oh, that looks so good.
The lighting?
On the lighting, yeah. So these are socks that I designed. I've knit them 4 times, but this is the final design, and we're calling it the Atlantic Current socks. And they're a top-down sock with different heel options. Either you can plug in your favorite heel or use the Eye of Partridge heel that I kind of learned and then changed and tweaked a little bit, but it's essentially just an Eye of Partridge heel. It's not anything fancy. And then you can use the toe that I suggest or plug in your favorite toe. Let's see if I can get closer. Oh, I love our camera. That looks fabulous. The yarn is Kate Wright Designs in the Country Fair colorway that I bought at Vogue Knitting Live in New York City last January with my friend Aunt Susan and You Don't Call Me Les when we went for Vogue Knitting Live last year, which if it's in the cards we'll be going again, which is fun. So this hopefully will be out by the end of November. It's already in Ravelry, so if you go to either my project page or just search under patterns for Atlantic Current socks, you can like it and queue it, but you can't purchase it yet. But if you send me a message, or if you like it or queue it, I'll send you a message when it's up and ready to go. But the test knitters, one of them is already, she was 2 inches from the toe yesterday, so she may finish that in the next couple days or so, and then someone else is knitting a different size and she is already to the patterned area, so it's pretty exciting. Do you want to talk about your Vita at all?
No, I had it over here because I was messaging people about being late for practice.
Oh, I see. Okay, something else I finished is...
Well, I have finished. I have a quick finished object.
Okay, go ahead.
I did finish Assassin's Creed Black Flag during this whole hiatus of not recording, and the story was really good.
It was. I liked watching that. That was fun.
And you liked the music. The music was really good
Yeah,
in
it was
that game.
good.
So, kind of excited for the next one. It takes place in France during the Revolution.
When does that come out?
Unity.
Soon.
Soon. Usually they release one
Thanksgiving?
around my birthday. Yeah. So it'll be coming out soon.
Done?
Done.
Okay. I knit some mitts out of some Madeline Tosh that was in my stash for a couple of years. This is their 80-20-20, which is superwash wool, nylon, and cashmere. And these are the autumnal mitts, which I saw mitts at... Okay, so the second day of Rhinebeck was really chilly. Like, we were dressed weather appropriate, but it was blustery. So I didn't have any mittens because it hadn't been cold like that here yet. So my hands were cold, and I was in the Briar Rose booth, and they had some mitts that were knit that they were selling out of Briar Rose yarn. And I really liked them, but they were $25. And I was like, I can knit those for $4. You know, just yarn, the amount of yarn it uses less than half a skein. Like, really, I just put my hands in my pocket. So I went home and I couldn't find the pattern for the life of me. And then I found a pattern that looked very much like it. So it's the autumnal mitts. And if you go to my project page, it'll tell you who made them. But they are so fun to knit. So, so, so fun. Very plain on the other side. But when I was making them is when I discovered that, you know how when you have live stitches and you have to put them on a holder and keep knitting? Well, on all of the Tangerine Designs bags by my friend Casey, who's Zephead, she has these binder ring clips. And I was like, you know, that's the size of my thumb. So I put my live stitches onto there, which was perfect because then I could still try it on. So I wouldn't, you know, like, because as you're knitting, these would have to go on holders or waste yarn, and then you've got to pick the stitches up again. So I just put it on, and then I could keep trying it on. So I felt pretty excited about it. So this color is supposed to be, what color did it say? Clover, but it's definitely like a Tiffany blue, which I thought was weird. Don't you think that's weird?
Yeah, it's a little, yeah.
But they were really, really, really fun to knit. So if you have the chance to knit them, I definitely recommend it. Wrong bag. So I started a sock a while ago, and these are going to be my Halloween socks, but then I started knitting other things. But these, oops, there go some stitches. Whoop.
Do you want to fix that?
No, I got it. So my friend Susan got this yarn in the mail from Spun Right Round, and it was called Bug Jar. And it looks like this, but it's sparkly, which
that
you
looks like a hot mess. You want to
You're
spread
a
that?
hot mess.
Want to spread that out? There you go.
So it.
Awesome.
So it. I don't know. Do you think they can see that it's sparkly?
Yeah, I can see him.
Oh, do you see it?
There, look at him.
There's some orange and some gold and some gray. So this is the Georgia on My Mind pattern by Leslie, You Don't Call Me Les, and she's doing a knit along for Ro, who passed pretty recently, just in her memory. And I've knit this pattern. I was one of Leslie's original test knitters, but I've knit this pattern I think 4 or 5 times, and it's so fun. And it's a free pattern, I think, but super fun. And I'm using Chow Goo lace, which I love. I know some people don't, but I do love them. I don't know what this hot mess is. Maybe this is why I put it away for a little bit. But I was mostly knitting on my Atlantic Current socks at Rhinebeck. And Darren and I were walking around knitting, and people kept saying to us, I can't believe you're doing that.
Yeah,
I can't believe you're doing that. And I'm like, we're at a knitting convention. We're at a festival. Why wouldn't we? It's weird. But this is Spun Right Round, Bug Jar, and Sparky the Sock. And her shop is spunrightround.com, and I love her yarn. Too bad for you, buddy.
Yeah.
I think that's all the stuff I'm actually working on.
Cool. New segment.
There's more. New segment?
New segment.
What's our new segment? Oh.
We're going to do a new segment called What You Drinkin'. Get it from Phineas and Ferb?
Yeah.
So tonight, and this means I'm going to have to drink way more beer if we do this more often.
And what are you going to do when you run out of the good stuff? Darren
I don't
can't
know.
bring it
I have
to
to,
you.
Darren. So this is one of the ones Darren gave me, and I decided to try it tonight. I'm usually not big on the stouts, but it's Lazy Magnolia's Jeff Stout Sweet Potato Cream Stout. So it's a dessert beer, or something you drink on its own.
Stop shaking it.
I would not say to drink this with a meal, although
Yeah.
it would actually go really good with turkey dinner.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And I'm drinking it. Now we will segue.
Hold on. So at Rhinebeck, you and Darren each always bring beers from local areas
Yes.
to share. That's something that they've done for the last 3
Yes.
years. And they trade and enjoy them together, which is fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
You can tell the story. You got it, so.
I got it?
Yeah. The good stuff.
Oh, so my travel territory was changed this year, which is not good news. And I had to go back to Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont. So I had to go up there to Burlington to do an overnight. It was my first one of the season, and I was pretty anxious about it because I haven't really been away in a while. Last year I had local travel. So I figured I'd make the most of it, and Darren, who's DJ Knits a Lot, and DJ Knits a Lot More on Instagram, really wanted to try this beer called Heady Topper. And because we live on the border of Vermont, he's always like, can't you just go get some? Right, we live on the border of Massachusetts and Vermont, but we live about 2.5 hours away from where this is brewed, canned, so on and so forth. So I was up there, and I had to find the beer, and on different days it's delivered, and this is like the holy grail of beer. Apparently it has a 100% rating on beer.
I don't remember the app. It was some beer rater app.
Yeah. So
I didn't get it because it cost money and Darren already had it.
So Darren's like, you got to try to get this beer. So I went and tracked down a store that had the beer, and I went there and they didn't have any. Their delivery wasn't going to come until 11, and it was 9, and I had to go to another college fair. So I tried another store, nope. And then I'm at an intersection, and the damn truck, the delivery truck, is at the light over here, and I'm sitting here, and it stops, and then it goes to the store I was just at. And I was like, this is ridiculous. So I called another store called the Beer Emporium and said, excuse me, do you have any Heady Topper? And they said, well, we have a few. And I said, well, can you hold some for me? And he's like, I think it'll be here when you get here. But the way that it was built up, it made it feel like it wasn't going to be there because all these other stores didn't have any. So I got there and they had 6 or 8 4-packs. You buy it as a 4-pack because it has 11% alcohol or 9% alcohol.
It's a higher alcohol percent, yeah.
So I get there and it's like $15 for 4 beers. I'm like,
that's not bad.
Ridiculous. It was fine. But I only bought one because it says right on the cans to like enjoy it right away. And I'm like, it was September. It was the second week in September at that point.
Yep.
Rhinebeck, like we go away for Rhinebeck around the 16th of October.
It's okay.
So I was like, watch, this will go bad. So I get the beer and I text it to Darren and Sean, and they lost their minds. And at the end of this podcast, you'll actually get to see the video of them drinking it for the first time. So it was pretty exciting.
Awesome.
It was good. They said I don't drink beer.
Order some.
You can't.
Drive to Vermont.
You have to and wait in line.
Or message her and we'll send her back up.
No, I'm not going back up there.
It's really good.
I'm glad you guys enjoyed it.
So
at Rhinebeck, we treat ourselves to something special every year. Last year, you bought me my yarn bowl.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what you got me there before, but this year we found a new mug vendor because I have Jenny the Potter mug. She's great, but I don't need like the Rhinebeck mug. I've got 3 Jenny the Potter mugs and a bowl. I'm good. So we found somebody, her card's somewhere in this bag that we're going to go through in a minute, but
I'll put it in the show notes.
She's a potter, and these are so cute. I got an alpaca mug, and it has a bird on it, and then it has a fence, and then birds are on the fence, and the inside is teal, which makes me so happy. And what one did you get?
I got what looks like a vase, but you can put beer in it.
She said that it's for beer.
She said it's a stein, technically, kind of. And it's brown on the inside. It's got a little swirly pattern, which you can't see, and there's beer in it, so I'm not tipping it anymore.
But you also have to show the details.
Oh, yes. There, she stamped it around the outside, so you see sheep and star and sheep, and there's a pattern, star.
And then
and on the bottom there is an S, which is really cool. So
next year she's going to start doing years on the mugs because we talked to her about that.
And I'm pretty sure you could put a full pint in here.
For sure.
Just in case.
So I'm drinking water, just in case anybody's curious. So we got that at Rhinebeck. We stay in cabins at a secret location, and our friends fly in sometimes a day before us, and then we drive up and join them on Friday. And every year is really fun, but I really, really had a good time this year. It was really low-key.
It seemed much more relaxed.
The only way it could have been better is if our friends from Michigan could have come. So fingers crossed that they come next year. I bought some yarn when we went to Rhinebeck. So we
gotta get through it because that's a big bag.
It is. So we went really early Saturday, which I normally don't do. Normally we have Cafe Tab and Six.
Yes.
And we make coffee for everybody and treats for breakfast because everybody's flying in and we just drive, so it's easier. We bring our big coffee maker.
It's fun.
And so this year they talked me into going early, so we were like 6th in line.
We were pretty close
to get in.
Yeah.
Which is just crazy, but fun. And my first stop was the Miss Babs booth. I forgot about that. So I haven't looked at any of this since we came home from Rhinebeck, which was 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Because this has all been waiting for us to record. So our first stop was the Miss Babs booth, and we had a method to our madness. So every year I try to get in there, and the line goes out the door. Well, we tried to rush to get there, and they moved the booth. So we had to find the booth.
Yeah.
And I wanted to see what the annual colorway was, because she does an exclusive colorway every year for Rhinebeck, and some years I feel like, oh, it's nice, and some years, no, it's not my thing. This year when I saw it, I was like, I have to have it. So I grabbed that, and then I went over to look for some Wowza, because I really like the Wowza What a Skein. Yowza What a Skein?
Yowza.
Yowza What a Skein. So our plan was I would go get my yarn, and Sean would go stand in line. So he stood in line, but he kept letting people get in front of him because I was trying to get my yarn.
No, I didn't.
Oh,
actually.
you didn't?
No.
Oh, I thought you let some people get in front of you.
No.
So he's waiting, and I'm trying to get my yarn, and some lady knocked me over. It was a hardcore. They're like throwing elbows.
There was elbows.
I was like, this is crazy pants. So I got, oh, this is so pretty. I saw the annual yarn, and it does not look anything like that in real life. That is, it looks like, it doesn't look like that.
The darks don't really come out.
No, but it's a really pretty plum purple.
That like black
kiwi,
is more of a plum.
Yeah, kiwi green.
The kiwi's really awesome.
Gray, blackberry. There's like 4 different colors of purple in there.
Yeah.
Lavender. So that's sock yarn, and I couldn't even see what the other options of bases were, but I got the 3-ply fingering weight, which is superwash wool and nylon. And then I went over and got some Yowza. And I'm really glad I did to add to my stash of Yowza, because Susan B. Anderson just released a pattern where you take any yarn, but she did it for this Yowza, and you weigh it as you go so you can use the whole skein. It's a shawl, and so I bought that. But I chose Zombie Prom, which is awesome, and Berlin, which I've wanted since I made my brickless a couple of years ago. It's so pretty. The light's not catching it right. It's so pretty. So I bought those. You want to just throw them on the floor?
Yep.
And then we decided, oh, let's go over. Oh, so we were there for 2 minutes. I got my yarn.
Oh, it was quick.
We got in line. 2 minutes later, we
were out.
I wish that I could find my receipt because it was like.
It was quick.
Gates opened at 9. 9:08. I had my yarn and we were walking away. Like. So we said, all right, let's go see what the line looks like at the fold.
But don't tell everybody.
Don't tell everybody. So then we went over to the fold, which is in the same building but over by the door.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And there's nobody there.
There was nobody there yet.
Yeah. We saw our friend Sheila. We saw Wendy.
Yeah.
Did we see Suzanne at that point?
I don't think so.
I don't think. Oh, we didn't see Suzanne at all that day. No. We saw her Sunday. Sorry, the screensaver keeps going on. So I told Sean to pick out some yarn.
I picked out both?
You did. They're both yours.
Oh, that's right. One had the mill ends. One was a mill end special.
Yeah.
So, Socks at Rock, Superwash Merino, medium weight, mill ends, and there wasn't a color.
No, the mill ends don't have a
but
colorway.
It looked a lot like
Gandalf the Grey.
Gandalf the Grey. It's got a little bit darker colors in it. So I'm gonna knit these myself. No.
You are not, you liar.
And then Jabberwocky, because English, have a degree in English, got to get the Jabberwocky. And so this is also Superwash Merino lightweight.
Mm-hmm.
And this is awesome.
Our lighting is off. It
No,
does not look that
It's gorgeous.
orange.
Look at that.
But
It is kind of orange.
I guess. So that and our mugs
Yep.
are what we bought the first day.
The first day.
I know, right? Like
That's it.
That's it.
We ate.
Oh, we did. We always do. And then, I got a gift from my friend Kristen.
Oh, yeah.
Biscuit Girl. I was out of Yukon, so she bought me some of the lavender, which is my favorite. Go smell it. And this is what I use to wash my finished garments, wash my hand spun. I use it when I dye, when I wash the yarn after it's been dyed. I also received some gifts, which I'll go over in a minute. But the second day, really, is this all we bought? I feel like
Yes.
I'm lying.
No. That's it.
Crazy. The second day, we went and visited Gail at Gail's Art. Nope, this we bought on Saturday too. I didn't buy anything on Sunday. Because
Nope.
we saw Sarah and she came over to the cabins later that night.
Yep.
So we bought this on Saturday as well. And I knit Gail's graffiti and asphalt, which was the BFL base, which is what this is as well. Yeah, it's her Superwash BFL Wonder Sock Yarn. And this is the Christmas tree colorway.
It's awesome.
It is awesome. That's exactly what it looks like. Kind of crazy. And I could not leave this one behind. I couldn't. This one's called Crystal Blue Persuasion, and it's her Superstar DK. I think it's going to become mittens or a hat. It's so pretty. It's that blue. It's electric. I love it. But Sean was standing outside of the booth just kind of looking at me. Because I had a bunch, because I couldn't decide. And he just kept looking at me. And I was like, alright, that's enough. So that's all we bought. But then we had some gifts. So every year we do some kind of a swap at the cabins. And last year I gave Christmas tree ornaments. And Leslie said, I think we should do all Christmas tree ornaments. So all of our friends made ornaments. This was by our friend Lori. And she hand embroidered that. And it's a ball jar, a mason jar cover. How clever is that? She's so clever. Kristen knit everybody a tiny little sweater. Like, really?
I could do that, maybe. Probably
Like,
not.
look at that. What? Seriously?
Maybe that's my speed.
That's so cute. You can knit whatever you want. You just actually have to knit. Casey's mom made us all sheep. And these are out of perler beads. She put them in a cookie cutter. The lighting is... Oh, there you go. Now you can see the perler beads. How cool is that? So cool. And then Amy and Darren. This is a tree that Darren planted for Amy and then it died. And so they've cut it down into all these different things. He's made buttons. They've made all sorts of things. So they used some of the tree to make ornaments. How cool.
Awesome.
So cool. And
Our tree's going to rock this year.
yeah, it is. Leslie quilted everybody. Tiny little quilts for our trees. And she knows my favorite colors are pink and green. And it says Rhinebeck 2014. So cute. And my friend Susan gave Sean and I each an ornament. And then Casey, because she is just so talented. What are these called? Ceramic. She got ceramic balls. And wrote Rhinebeck 2014 and then drew with Bacon marker all over them. So there's yarn and leaves. And then it says handmade by Casey.
It's awesome.
On the bottom. I need one of her mugs. She makes all these different mugs. I have a mug addiction. I took all of our commercial mugs to work this week and gave them away to all my coworkers, and they were so excited. You get to keep your favorite one, but everything, all the other mugs that we have are now from festivals or a Red Sox mug or your drumming mug, our Rhinebeck mug, our Jenny the Potter mugs, my Starbucks sweater mug.
You got to keep that one.
It's knitting related. I let you keep your green commercial mug from Pier 1.
It's an awesome mug.
It's not that I didn't let... You told me to clean the mug cabinet out. Why am I the bad guy?
Well, what are we making room for?
We'll get to that in a minute. And my friend Lori, who owns Deerfield Creations, where she makes all sorts of things, spindles, all sorts of things, makes these little gnome kits. So she turns the gnomes, and then there's paint, and it's a stash gnome. So I have to paint them. But they have like nose and beard glue and all sorts of things. So thank you, Lori. I need to make my stash gnomes. I think I'm going to make a stash gnome for me and a stash gnome for MJ.
I think that's awesome.
She needs a stash gnome.
MJ,
but they're cedar.
We're going to cut that part out, because otherwise it's not a surprise.
I don't like surprises.
Yeah, no kidding.
And then my friend Amy spun me some yarn. And last year we did a hand spun swap, and I got her yarn last year. So I'm thinking maybe putting these two together to do a, oh my gosh, the name of the pattern is completely escaping me. It's by Boston Jen, Tan House Brook Shawl. Yes, got it. So I might put them together, I might do them separate, I don't know, but this is gorgeous. It's Falkland that she spun on the Hansen and then plied on her Ladybug, and it's the mixed bag colorway. Oh, it's so pretty. So I think that, oh no, and then our friend Shannon, who has a new podcast, but I'm sure you're already watching it, called Minerva Turkey Knits, gave us buttons. So I'm thinking that it will go on my hat.
It could be awesome.
So thank you, Shannon. And this was the Rhinebeck logo for this year. And on the back it has the final 4 potential logos for next year. Did you notice that?
Mm-hmm.
I love this one. But Sean thought that I would like the purple and green one. For some reason I like the teal and orange.
It's way more you, but...
And like every year, I go and do 2 things every year. I go and I visit the Hansen booth and spin on the Hansen. And then I find a sidekick and I have some quality time with a sidekick. I have a Louette S10DT wheel, which is my first wheel. I've had it for 7 years. And I'm thinking of selling it. It has a woolly winder, so if you're interested in purchasing a wheel, a gently used but very well taken care of wheel. Medical. So, can you grab it so that it doesn't keep going? So, it does have the regular bobbins and flyers that come with the Louette, actually 2 extra bobbins, and then it has the bulky flyer and then the woolly winder. So if you're interested, just message me. We're just feeling it out because I would like to get a sidekick. Maybe. But I do love my Louette. It's so hard.
Oh, you can't have both.
Hard. It's so hard. What else? What else?
That might be it.
Really? That's pretty sweet. So you can follow me on Instagram. I'm Meliabella, MELIABELLA, and you are?
Viper
413.
413, no underscore, no nothing. Just Viper 413. Because 989 was already taken. I may have taken it and then forgot my password at one point. Who knows?
Because you never do that.
I never do that.
No.
I saw that look.
There have been lots of them. Oh,
Oh, roving, of course.
this year I was back in the Hill Yarn Club, and these are the last 2 shipments because I didn't renew it.
Because we are out of roving space. Completely.
This is Hidden Thicket, which is going to be something for Sean because it's totally awesome. It's grays and greens and brown. And then this one is Fulworth Silk. It's called Slumber. It's so pretty. I've got some serious knitting to do, and you've got to go game.
Do you want to bring up your new obsession real quick? Or
Oh, I forgot. Okay.
Do you want me to get some of it so people
No.
know what you're talking about?
No,
or-
they'll know what I'm
They'll
talking
know?
about.
Okay.
So,
You don't have to make a long-out story. You can just tell them.
I'm collecting Pyrex.
You were bit by the Pyrex bug.
Which is funny
Something
because we both
fierce.
grew up with Pyrex.
Yeah.
So, it's not like it's new to
No,
me. It's just,
not.
and I have Pyrex that we got as a wedding gift, but it's like modern
But it's not just the Pyrex, it's the hunting for the Pyrex.
I like to go to
face
thrift
it.
shops and find it
Oh
for
my
a dollar.
God. You're so evil. Which, it's great that you have a new thing.
It's
Get out.
fun.
And it's something you can do either with, we love doing it together, but if you want to just get away, it's awesome.
So you can look on Instagram if you want to.
There are lots of pictures.
There's also Facebook groups. There's Pyrex Junkies #2. That's my favorite one because they are not well behaved.
Nope.
And Pyrex Passion is fine, but they're a little reserved, prudish.
Wow, she just said that.
That's true. And there's a couple other groups, but Pyrex Junkies #2 is my favorite. So if you collect Pyrex, Crafty Pancakes collects Pyrex.
Does she really?
Yeah.
Oh no.
And Lori's gonna start collecting.
Oh, you haven't corrupted Lori.
Oh, I can't be blamed for this. This is all Froggy Monkey Amy's fault. Because she finds the best stuff thrifting. I found a mug rack the other day for $2.
So I'm Viper989 on the PlayStation Network, and you are Meliabella on everything.
Everything, including Twitter, which I don't really use. But that's it. Thanks for stopping by and for joining us again. And
did we used to have a thing we said at the end? Has
yeah,
it been
thanks
that
for
long?
stopping by.
Thanks for stopping by.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll try to do this more often because we've been completely humbled by the number of people that are like,
came up to us at Rhinebeck,
and are like, oh my
messaged
God, we love
us.
to watch you, or we know people that, and I have friends that watch you, and it's crazy. So thank you.
We're just two people in our living room.
Yeah, this is really it, and this is a pajama party.
Where are my PJs?
Yeah, we have our PJs on. So because when else can we sit down and do this?
Now I've got to edit it, which
This
is
is the time. Yeah, and now you've got all the fun
super
work.
fun.
So, well, thank you, and we'll see you next week.
Bye. What are you drinking?
Eddie Topper.
And why is this a big deal?
And we're gonna open it together. It's still fresh. It smells amazing.
This is Darren's holy grail of beer.
Trojan horse. Right?
This is one of the holy grails.
Is it living up to the myth?
Wow. Pretty good.
So who's awesome?
You're awesome.
And why is that?
Because you had to drive to where they make it here. Vermont. And then we had to get it here. Well, first I had to not drink it in the
For
fridge
4 weeks.
That's the hardest part. Hey, cheers to that.
I hid it behind stuff, so I didn't see it.
Enjoy, guys. Happy Rhinebeck.
No, that one is. With the woolly winder, what you feel is that there's a little lag time before it starts taking up, and then when you pull back, it wants to keep pulling. And it's just a heavier feel. And, you know, you can get used to it. But if you're spinning 5 singles...
All right, good job. All right.
Oh no.
Hold on, here we go.
You can do it.
Another try. Well, we can take your time. He's thinking. I'm not sure. You come back and jump in. Riley went. Lemon go. Yeah. Okay, we got the Spinners Club. All right, Katie. Katie's going over. All right, good job. Okay, you guys don't have to jump over it if you don't want to. You can go around, go under it. Oh, make him go back. Good job. All right. Very nice. All right. The kids like to jump just as much as the llamas.